Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure to thank Minister Murray. I think that was a very appropriate introduction and launch for what is a very important week in the field of biotechnology. Minister Murray, we love your large view. We love your optimism for what Canada can do and what this province can do. We also appreciate your commitment to work with us. I think as you immerse yourself in this intriguing portfolio of research and innovation, the biotechnology sector will occasionally, and I would say probably more frequently than you might expect, emerge as the one that's not quite like the other. The one for which the general innovation policy instruments don't quite work. The science is complex. The honesty of the science is brutal. The regulatory frameworks are hard. The timelines are long. The capital needs are intense. It requires patience, enormous commitment. It's not a field you can dabble in, either as a policymaker or as a scientist or as a company builder. You got to get in and stick with it. So it requires that concentration of patience and commitment. On the other hand, it also requires an incredible sense of urgency, because this is the one field that not only addresses that incredibly palpable human need of health, but also has the capacity to make a significant contribution to our economy. And it's also a field, if we do want to punch above our weight globally, we have the foundational pieces in place, perhaps more like in any other field. So I think it also, and I have to say this on a personal level, it's one of those fields that draws the best of Canadians. There is so much excellence represented in this room, and I know I speak on behalf of everybody here that we would be delighted to work with you over the coming months to make absolutely sure that this sector is positioned for success. So thank you very much for sharing the morning with us and for making that introduction to the work of Biotechnology Week. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce, as our next speaker, another leader in our sector, Peter Brenders, who is the President and CEO of Biotech Canada. Peter started that role about 5 years ago or so, Peter, and he came to it from an interesting path. He started in pharmacology and toxicology at University of Western Ontario, did an MBA at MAC in health services. He then spent some time both in the Ministry of Health, KPMG in consulting, and with Genzyme Canada and Schering-Plough Canada. He serves on a range of advisory boards nationally to promote this field, and he has been an absolutely tireless advocate for this sector, working with regional groups such as the ones in Ontario, and representing this sector internationally at a number of different forums. Peter, we appreciate your leadership. Thank you very much for coming back to Mars. Peter reminded me that the last time we launched National Biotech Week here was almost 5 years ago when Mars was just opening, and we were still putting panels on these walls, and there was always a flood coming in through this part of the building, the adventures of real estate. So Peter, welcome back to Mars, and thank you for being here.